Hey guys, this is Zorb, and this is gonna be my second commentary. Yay! So, as you might have guessed, this video is gonna be about my let's say opinions on this game. The things that I mainly dislike and things that I wish were happened in a different way, or in other words, things that I wish were changed in AC3. So it's mainly going to be about that, and I'm going to touch about two things from the podcast which Escoblades and UBD conducted. So I have 2 points on which I have to make some comments. So before I begin, please understand that this video is about my opinions, and what I want from you guys is to comment on my opinions and let's have some kind of a discussion going on in here. So first thing, the first and the most hated thing personally in ACR is offensive smoke bombing. There was offensive smoke bombing even in ACB, but what made it so prevalent in ACR, I could think of two things. The one being the approach meter, not the entire approach meter, but just the part where your target goes out of line of sight, your detection or your status or whatever you want to call it, it drops from incognito or silent back to discrete. So it's gonna drain your detection meter. So that's one thing which kind of started the offensive smoke bombing, in my opinion. And the other one would be contested kills. See, this is the thing about contested kills. I enter a blend group and I stalk my target, try to get a decent kill on him, maybe hidden silent kill, or if I got lucky, hidden incognito kill, for 550 or 650 points. Alright, so this target of mine, as soon as he hears whispers, he starts freaking out and starts stunning all the NPCs around him. So eventually, when I come towards him, he is going to contest me, because that's how broken ACR is. Because of the stun range and because of his randomness, it's obviously going to be the case where he ends up contesting me. So the only way to avoid being contested, is if I throw a smoke bomb. That's it, no other way. So people started doing that for that reason, and they just didn't stop it. They just didn't stop doing that because the contested kills never ended. And one thing I need to clarify is that when I say offensive smoke bombers, I'm not even talking about those people who offensive smoke you and kill you for 150 to 100 points. I have nothing to say to them except that they are losers and they just need to reevaluate the way they play their games. But I'm talking about the kind who are good players, who have no choice but to offensive smoke to pull off a decent kill. So it's just that the game design has forced the players to kind of resort to offensive smoke bombing. Having said that, I can think of two things that can kind of not stop this offensive smoke bomb, but kind of in a way contain it. So the first thing would be to change the way contested kill works. Contested kills could be truly rewarding to ones who actually identify their targets or pursuers. So identify their pursuers. So how do you separate people who are genuinely good and genuinely identify the pursuers from random spammers? Simple. Just award the contested kills or honorable death bonus only if I try to stun you while I have you locked. Simple as that. So spammers, go home, you're not getting anything. But people who are smart enough, they have something to live for. So this one thing. And the other one would be to tweak the way smoke bomb itself works. This would be my most favorite change, but also the change which is very kind of difficult to incorporate into the game. They end up doing this, oh my god, I would be the most happiest person. So this is about it. The way the way throwing knives work, they affect only your target and pursuers. So why not build some kind of similar logic to your smoke bomb, where it affects only your pursuers, not your targets. So if I am your target, you try to offensive smoke me, it doesn't affect me. I'm gonna fucking punch you right in your face. How does that sound? I mean, for me it makes sense, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Having said all these things, I do realize that Ubisoft has implemented something called as an ambush bonus, which I don't know exactly how it works. I have refrained myself from learning more about it because I want to experience it firsthand and then be a judge of it myself. So let's see how it works out. That's that. And what else do I have to talk about? The contract system. Seriously, in a game mode like Deathmatch, it's stupid to have 3 pursuers after you just because you're in the lead. First off, Deathmatch maps are too tiny. They're about 1/4 of a standard map size. In that small part of the map, if you have 3 pursuers after you, you're gonna keep hearing whispers non-stop. It's not fair, in my opinion. I mean, I just get my first stun in the game when it starts, and bam, I have like 3 guys after me. So that's not fair, if you ask me. So what's next? Let me think. Oh yeah, the locking system. This is one of the main reasons why I stopped playing Assassinate. The high profile lock system, it's meaningless. I don't know why they introduced this, but please, Ubisoft, if you're listening to this, please take it out of AC3. It's of no use. Really, the locking system in ACB was way better. It was more precise, unlike the locking in ACR. You know what? I'm gonna add another clip in the end just to explain what I'm talking about. But the point is that the locking system in ACB was way better than it is on ACR. Yeah. So what's next? One other thing that pisses me off is there's no roofing penalty in this game. You know what happens in modes like Deathmatch? There's this guy who sits on the roof all the time without even knowing where his target is. So what happens is that in small maps and in roofy maps like Mont Saint Michel or Knight's Hospital for the major part, your target is gonna come in your line of sight at one point eventually. So all you need to do is stay on the roof, wait for your target to come in your line of sight, and even while you're trying to figure out where he is, you will keep building your detection meter. So after 30 seconds you finally manage to identify your target. You would have built up your detection meter to incognito without much of an effort. So this has to change. I don't know how they want to do this, but maybe taking out detection meter building up or focus build up while on the roof, it makes sense to me. You shouldn't be able to either focus someone or build your detection meter while you're on the roof. No. And apart from these, there are a couple of small things that kind of pisses me off, like ground finish priority in team game modes, the main menu music being too loud, different track for music, game music and the whispers, and I think this has been fixed. I think Ubisoft has taken care of this one. Big props to them. Thank you. And things like the hay bales and benches magnetically pulling you towards them. Come on, it makes sense for me to be able to dive into the hay bales or sit on a bench only if I want to do that. Just have a dedicated key press or something which forces me to do that. I just don't want to jump off a rooftop assuming that I would jump as far as I can to escape from my chasing pursuer and end up jumping inside the hay bale which is right below and end up getting killed. So no, I refuse to die that way, sir. So sorry, that's pretty much the important stuff that I wanted to talk about. I'm running out of time, so let me jump to the podcast which Escoblades made. So there are two things which I want to talk about. The first one is about the lost streak abuse. This is how this exploit works. So you start off with your reset cooldowns profile set. You die 3 times, you have your lost streak activated, fine. So now at this point, try to get as many naked stuns as you can. Just go random, just go hyper, just use your mute and smoke, both of them, to get as many stuns as you can until you die 2 more times. So when you do die next 2 times, you're gonna be at your 5 lost streak. So when you activate your score times 2 profile set, you're gonna start off with your score times 2 activated. So they are trying to figure out a way to fix this exploit. They were not positive about finding a fix, but I don't know. I had a solution to this. I have no idea if this is possible to implement. So what I thought was, when you have your lost streak activated, stop counting your lost streaks. That's it. So I have my reset cooldowns activated. I die 2 more times. I die 5 more times. My loss is still going to be at 3. So when I change my profile set to score times 2, I'm gonna still have my lost streak count at 3. So I would have to die 2 more times with my score times 2 profile set to even use the lost streak. So I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Does it make sense? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. And there was this another thing that they talked about. This was about the clan tag while playing the multiplayer. So this is a good system to kind of advertise your clan, be proud to be a part of your clan. But if there is no one who kind of approves your clan tag, or some sort of admin stuff's happening, it might be misused. I mean, I don't see why not someone who wants to defame a clan would put the clan name in their name and just act like a douchebag in a game and bring all sorts of bad attention towards the clan. This is the only thing that I am afraid of, but I hope Ubisoft has thought about it and have a plan in place. So fingers crossed, Ubisoft. What else? Oh yeah, the locking in ACR. So this is what I mean when I say that locking system in ACB is better than it is on ACR. Here, I have pressed on to my LT and I'm holding on to my LT with this much of an arrow distance away from the courtesan. Ideally it should not let me lock onto her, but this game does. ACB doesn't do this, so even if it does, it's not this much of an error margin. So what happens when players who started off playing AC multiplayer with ACR, when they try to use the locking system in Brotherhood, they think that the locking system is not precise, but that's not the case, guys. But I don't know, I personally feel that the locking system was better in ACB. Even the general definition of a lock, if I lock onto someone, I shouldn't be able to interact with anyone else. That's my personal choice. I'm not saying this is how it has to be, but personally it makes more sense to me. That's the purpose of a lock, right? I see someone and I wanna be sure that whatever I try to kill him or stun him, I do that. So ACR, they haven't done this. Sometimes even if you have locked onto your targets, you can end up killing a decoy if they use it at the right time. So I don't know, the overall my opinion on locking is that it's better in Brotherhood than it is on ACR. So that's about it, guys. Just let me know what you think about my opinions in the comments below, and let's have some kind of a discussion over here. So until next time, see ya.